We got a guest, got a guest. I admit that I'm impressed since I'm had tricked someone legit to come and sit and talk some
Stuff.
Hey everybody, it's me, Toast. I'm back again and I got someone else to talk to about some RPG stuff. Yeah, we like RPGs. So, right now I have some guests who have a current project out on Backerkit. And, well, let me go and introduce them or let them introduce themselves. So, who do I have with me here today?
I'm Zane.
Hey, Zane.
I'm Bunny.
And we're with Dungeon Damsel.
Oh, cool. I've seen a
She
few of your
is Dungeon
videos.
Damsel.
Oh, so Bunny is the actual Dungeon Damsel? Okay.
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Well, my YouTube channel, yeah, but yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if Zane was the actual Dungeon Damsel in this case.
Well, I mean, he is the pretty one.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that. Hey Zane, how's it going? Anyways,
Amazing.
so
How are you?
so you guys currently have a project out there. You guys have a game out there on Backerkit for something called Druskara. Why don't you give me what's the lowdown on that?
Sure.
Ooh.
And Toast, it is a project. You're right. It is a project, and it is a TTRPG supplement for Shadow Dark. If you are big fans of Shadow Dark, then you will know Unnatural Selection, which is probably the first book. I mean, you would probably know it. This is the first book that we produced. And this is our second foray into that world. And Druskara is all about a massive, complete campaign world where everything is prepared for you. It is a no prep. Well, okay, you might have to read 2-4 pages. Campaign setting set up so that it is easy to run and everything is made for you. So all the stat blocks are there, all the information on every town and every building in that town and every dungeon and absolutely everything. And so you can kind of almost run it like a like a choose your own adventure book if you want to. You go open it up and go, okay, this is the starting place. Okay, here we go. And this is where you guys are. And you can just run it that way. But the theme, the setting is that this particular world the sun has been blotted out for some reason. It's kind of covered by clouds and dreariness. And so the Shadow Dark itself has begun to invade the surface world. And so you do whatever you can if you want to, because it is a sandbox world. You can decide to try to help the world, or you can try to take advantage of their plight. And you can do one of the best ways to do that is by using the 7 core crystals, which are extremely powerful, but they're also extremely dangerous. And so if you were to acquire one of these, then you have to learn and understand how to wield it, and then you have to survive the wielding itself. But amazing things can happen.
I see a cat. Sorry, I was distracted by a cat.
It's okay. His name is Pickle.
Pickle. Hey,
Yes.
Pickle.
Meow.
Yeah, that's what I thought he'd say.
Hopefully, kobolds don't eat cats. Do they eat cats?
I can neither confirm nor deny. Cats are hard to catch. That's the problem.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I mean, sort of, right? Because look.
Well, except for
Sure.
they're hard for kobolds to catch because we're always running after them, barking and stuff, and they don't like that very much.
Yeah, I wouldn't think they would. Cat, sit.
So it's interesting because you mentioned this is a campaign for sorry, looking at the cat on the back there.
I know it's very distracting. He's like attacking his tail.
What was it? So Druskara is a built-in campaign, or excuse me, not built-in. It's a campaign setting.
Yes. You are
Like, it's
distracted by the cat. It's okay. It's okay.
it's fine.
You'll get there.
So
You must be hungry.
it's okay. I can sympathize. Kobolds are hungry all the time. Ah. So it's interesting. So as a campaign, because you said the sun has been darkened out, which I know that's a big thing for the system itself, because it uses a lot of torchlight stuff. So now it's even more important. I'm taking it because the whole world is dark.
Correct. Yes. And so yeah, the light is your survival, because as in all Shadowdark, none of the character classes and ancestries can see with dark vision. So everybody's got to
Right.
have a torch and or a light spell.
Okay. So Um, so what sort of so going back to the Backerkit part of this. So what kind of stuff, if someone was looking and they wanted to back this, what sort of stuff can they look forward to as far as the actual product itself?
Right.
I know
Okay.
we saw one of the books right there.
Right. Yeah. So we're going to see that. This is one of our proofs. And so there are 4 books, actually. What she's showing you right there. Hey, that's one of her drawings.
Cool.
What she's what she's showing us right there is the Realms and Rivals, which is kind of the main book, I would say.
Okay.
It details the surface world. It details the factions, the cities, just the regions. And then it also has 3 other books to the series, and one of the other books is a dungeon book that is, there's a little piece of it.
Oh.
Yeah, there's a little piece of it right there, but it's kind of not focusing. And and there's 24 plus dungeons in that book, all ready to run, similar to what I was describing earlier. And then there's a player's book that is got all the classes that are specific to Druskara, and the spells and such needed for that. And interestingly, unnatural selections classes and spells are folded into that. So if you weren't able to get a copy of Unnatural Selection and now it's sold out, so it'd be harder to, you'll be able to get it in a physical form through this. And then the 4th book is kind of like a DM's guide. It's going to have information about the core crystals. It's going to have all the monsters, which also includes the monsters from Unnatural Selection. So this is like your complete set of everything Dungeon Damsel, with those 4 core books. Then, of course, there's lots of extras. There are fun things that make the running Druskara easier for a DM, including city cards. So you could hand out, if they go to a city, you can hand out a city card. It'll have a little map of it. It'll have just kind of an idea of what all the different shops or buildings or whatever are. So instead of having to go, hey, is there a bar in this place? Like, yeah, of course, but you could just look at the list that's handed to you and go, hey, we want to check out what this is, and hey, we want to check out what that is. It kind of speeds up gameplay, which is what Shadowdark is all about.
Yeah.
As well as some other cool things, like there's a little player zine that they can take a look at whenever they go to a city or an area, because it describes what they would know, the common lore information that a character in this world would understand. So let's see what else. A cloth map, this Dungeon Master screen, which I have right here.
Yeah, I was just watching a video. I think Bunny was showing off the DM screen.
Yeah. This is Mark Riddick's amazing work creating this. Okay. Does that work better? Okay, cool. Then his incredible thing. So let's see what else. There's lots of little cool things. Oh, there's a logbook that a DM can use to keep track of all the crazy stuff that's going on in this world, because there's an advanced event system that allows the world to be a living place rather than just it's frozen in place until your party arrives.
Mm-hmm.
All kinds of things are happening, and you can keep track of that easily and nicely in the logbook. So I think
That's cool.
pretty much. Oh, and then we have really cool metal luck tokens. that'll be part of this as well, with this wonderful designs and so forth. And if you had signed up before, then you would have seen the golden luck token that was available before we even launched.
Very cool. I like it. It does. What? Sorry, that was some weird device in the room talking to me. Anyways, yeah, I've been looking at it on Backerkit and such, and it all looks really, really cool. I like it. I like how, so I saw that there's a couple different versions of the books you can get. You can get the regular, like the one I think that Bunny was holding up. But I understand there's some special books if people want something that's really gonna give, ooh, look at that, shiny shelf vibes.
Do you want to describe this one while I hold it?
Yeah, it's got really shiny, sparkly gold pressed. I was gonna say gold pressed platinum because I apparently have Star Trek on my brain. It's definitely wrong. Gold foil embossing with metal corners, and it's supposed to lay flat. It's faux leather. It's golden.
Ooh.
What is that called? When you gilded golden pages, yeah.
Ooh, very cool.
And it's quite hefty. Oh yeah, and there's ridges on the spines that make it look like an old, like I think like an 18th century style library book.
Okay.
Library. Were there libraries back then?
Sure, why not? Why not? For all we know, yes.
Yes. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay, cool. I did it.
Yay! And wow, so your Backerkit's actually been going on for quite some time. It actually ends on April 6th, or is it
5 days.
Yeah, it's in 5 days. It's on the 7th, I think, on Tuesday.
Okay, so on April 7th. Wow.
Yeah.
Which means, viewers, you don't have much time to get out there and go back it. So do it now.
I do have something to say though, because Zane mentioned that we did fold Unnatural Selection into the book.
Yeah.
But Unnatural Selection was, I think, like 159 pages. Am I right? Something like that. Something around there. And that is getting folded into 1,000 more. My cat just like destroyed the book. Anyway, there's probably over 1,000 pages, and so 160 something pages spread out between 4 books is not a lot. So if you think that because you got Unnatural Selection you got the whole picture, you're wrong. That's all I'm saying. Valid point. Yeah, I just didn't think you mentioned that because there is a lot to the new books, and people might be like, I already have Unnatural Selection. But it's different. It really is. It is more expansive, a lot more art, like delicious metal art. Yeah. And just a lot more lore, a lot more to explore. That's my sell.
Okay. I like the fact that as a fan of how campaigns when, like you said, it's not things don't just, the players aren't just nothing happens until the players show up. So I'm a big fan of like the rest of the world. It keeps going while you guys are doing whatever you're doing as adventurers. So that's really cool. Look at that. Oh, is that a gigantic sea monsters?
It's a giant undead fish with an undead crab. That's particular to a location that you probably shouldn't go to, called Cape Black. You'd be lucky if you got out of there alive. It's ruled over by a lich, a very powerful, not okay lich. Do not recommend.
Well, I mean, you put it in there, so yeah, we're gonna go there. You can't do that to us.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you can't just not. I mean, if you want to save the world.
You can't just go like, look at this cool thing here. Don't go there. And
don't go there.
And expect us to not go there. That's
It's
what
true.
players do.
My
Right.
bad.
You know?
I mean, you should totally go there, and then maybe you don't want to go there if I say that to you.
Well, now that you brought it up, I don't want to go there. If you want me to,
See?
I don't want to do it now. Ugh,
Yeah, I know. See? Don't go there. I mean, do go there. I mean,
what?
whatever. I don't know.
I'm so confused.
Yeah. Okay. So we do a Thursday night live play of Druskara pretty much every week. As long as we get 4 out of our 5 players to attend, which is pretty regularly.
Uh-huh.
And they delved into Cape Black, but only after they had been bitten by a bug from the Fey Forest. That bug, we call it a looper bug, and when you were bitten by it, you have 24 hours to find the cure, and if you don't find the cure, everything resets in time back to the moment that you were bitten. So just like
Huh.
Edge of Tomorrow, I think is the name of the movie.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day, that sort of thing.
Right.
So
Right.
they actually captured
Happy
one of
Death
those.
Day.
They actually captured one of those bugs, and they went to Cape Black, got bit by it, and then delved into it. And they needed to, because how many TPKs were there in there? At least 2, maybe 3. And
Probably more.
thankfully they were able to reset back to the spot that they were bitten, so they could finally figure out the path to get through without a TPK. So they took advantage of that cool element to be able to survive, because otherwise it is very, very difficult, and you either have to be lucky or experienced. So if you didn't have one of those super bugs, then you might have a couple of TPKs and you just have to start over with new characters.
Wow. That's crazy. I feel like as a GM, that's a good excuse to just go like, "Wow, I'm just gonna start killing you guys because you'll just be back in 24 hours."
Right. Oh yeah, it's true. It's true. It's like, oh, there's a massive crocodile. Oh, it's eating you. Oh well, everyone's dead. Okay. Reset.
Hmm. Hmm. I like this. Wow. So you mentioned. So what was that called again? Port Dark or whatever it was.
Cape Black. You're
Cape
so
Black.
close.
Cape. I was.
Yeah, it's 4
I was
letters.
right next door.
Yeah, it's very similar. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you were
Cape
next
Black.
door.
I was
You
right
were
next
over
door.
at Port Dark,
Port
which is
Dark.
not too far away from Cape Black. Yes.
Yeah. So are there any other interesting or cool locations that you guys are particularly excited about in this game?
Well, that was something that we set out to do. Bunny and I talked about, probably one of the first things we did when we started creating this world was, okay, how can we have really fantastic locations so that people want to go visit? And we were just doing this for our own local group. I mean, originally this was not going to be a big book. It was so popular among our local group, and then our next group, we had 3 groups were all running simultaneously, and they really play tested the heck out of it and loved it. So we thought, okay, this could be the next thing. So anyway, we wanted really fantastical locations, and that's why Cape Black exists, and that's why Brass Oak, which is a massive tree in the Fey Forest. It's a mile-wide trunk with an entire civilization living inside of it. They are the clockwork elves, and they perpetual motion machines, and they live on the interior of that trunk all the way up the tree. So that's another fantastical, amazing location. And then the Shining City stands out because it's made of a mirror glass material, and everything is perfection, and everything is pristine. And if you go in there and you litter or you mess it up in some way, then you will either be caned or killed. So it's very dangerous. And so lots of cool places like that. We really had fun with creating that that was our foundation, as well as the core crystals. Like, those were the 2 foundational pieces that explained how this world worked.
Ha. See, now I'm thinking of like if this whole place was made out of mirrors and stuff, that would be crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure adventurers are just like, well, we're adventurers. Of course, we're gonna like litter and throw trash around. That's just what we do. So,
That's right.
yeah. Ha. It's awesome. There's some cool stuff here. I like it. And the players can pretty much just kind of do they start out anywhere in particular, or does the GM go like, here's some ideas. Where do you guys want to start?
Yeah, I have 5 starting locations already set up, and with different situations going on. Like, one of them is their indentured servants being lowered down into a temple, and their masters say, "Hey, if you bring us back all the riches and stuff and map out this temple, then we'll grant you your freedom." And so they start off with hardly anything in that case, and they're just dunked down into this place, which is actually being play tested right now in a play by post on our Discord channel. So if anybody wants to check that out, we can give you the Discord link so you can include it in the description of this video.
Yeah, definitely.
And let's see. Oh, yeah, and then, other standard kind of locations, like, oh, it's a little town. Oh, there's one that there's a gauntlet, and then, once your characters survive the gauntlet, then they flee to this area, and that's where they can start. So, yeah, and like I don't know, I've done so many of these, I don't remember. Like I've mentioned before, there it can kind of be run almost like a choose your own adventure from the DM standpoint. So he can go, okay, you're going to do this starting location. Okay, we're going to turn to this page, and here's a description of what you see, and start running. And that way you don't have to read 1,000 pages. You just can jump right in, and you can learn it as the players learn it, or you can take some time and read some stuff and become more and more educated about the world as they go through it, or before they go through it. But that's the nice thing about it, is it was really set up for that play style.
I like it. That's cool. So, um, hmm. With all that, so what other gosh, because I'm looking at the Backerkit and all this stuff, and I see you guys have already blown your goal way out of the water. Um, and I see there's some interesting stretch stuff that's already been unlocked as well, and a few other things. Are any of what of those things are you particularly happy about or looking
I'm
forward to?
a zine. I think the new zine, the Umbral Caldera,
Uh-huh.
it's like this extremely blackened skied area that is just having erupting volcanoes around it like all the time, and people do live there. I mean, maybe they're people. I'm not gonna tell you, but but there's a hydra that's there that it
Ooh.
basically rules the land. I mean, it's the big bad. But we're very excited for that because our one of our favorite artists, Mark Riddick, he did the DM screen, and he's doing the cover for that. I would have Zane show you the work in progress, but I don't know how to do that on here because it's digital.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm particularly excited for. I'm not sure what Zane's excited for, but I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that. I'm also excited for the upcoming one. We've got a dice tray that will be unlocked at 250K, and that will also be illustrated by Mark Riddick. It's funny, we've become a huge fan of his, and he seems to be a
Well,
fan of ours. So
Haha.
we've decided that we haven't asked him yet, but
I did ask him, and yeah, I totally did, and he responded saying yes.
oh my
So we're
god!
all good to
Okay,
go.
never mind. It's official. He is doing it. I'm so excited. Okay, now I'm very excited for that as well.
And then if that
Cool.
succeeds, then we will move on to metal dice as our final stretch goal.
Cool. Yeah, everyone seems to want these metal dice. I've got so many divots in our gaming table from those metal dice. Yeah. What can you do though? People like them. So, speaking of all the art, this thing is filled with all sorts of really cool art. Um, and it's definitely got a lot of very old school OSR vibes, which I mean, that's just the nature of the game, right?
It's the stuff. I mean, it's the stuff that we love and that other people
Yeah.
love. And then we've added a little element of red to it so that it gives a
Ooh.
little bit of splash. And
Okay.
so we've got that in our headers. We've got, yeah, you can grab the book. We've got that in our headers. And what we tell our artists, we say, okay, if you can add like 5% or less of red, if it makes sense for the shop, because we don't want to, force it, right? But
Right.
red, of course, works perfectly for blood. Yeah, there you go. And so you can kind of see there's some red in the header bar. That's actually an outdated header bar. We've actually updated that since that proof was made. But so you can get the idea that we're doing just a little splash, and I think that adds some dynamism to it. And then how we were talking about our special edition.
Yeah.
We've told anybody what I'm about to say, so you're gonna hear it here first.
Oh.
See how this is a purple book, and each of the 4 books will be a different subtle color like this, that kind of leather. And oh nope, you're not gonna hear it here first. I've been overruled. Yeah, there's a little piece of red in that.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that we did the Fey world, and we had an amazing artist do some really dark, dreary, scary looking Fey creatures. And they are really amazing. We'll probably try to find one of those pictures. Are you trying to find it? Okay, yeah. You're gonna find it in. I might find it before you do.
Yeah, you should look.
Because I know the layout of this. Oh, maybe I don't know it. Oh, there, I found it. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's see if we can get that on the. So this is a centaur whose face is a horse.
Ha! That'll teach him.
So yeah, well, yeah. So lots and cool, like you said, amazing art, and we're so blessed because we've really found excellent artists. Yeah, this is a fun one. Oh man, there it goes. So this is a mishap, a vision of what a casting of a mishap. If you're again familiar with Shadowdark, arcane magic is volatile, and so if you fail at casting a spell, then you roll in a mishap table, and some crazy and terrible things can happen. And so that's kind of representative of that.
So, I assume then this book also has tons of other mishap tables, carousing charts, things like that. That's a
Oh yeah, so the carousing chart. I'm sorry, I got distracted by an email that just came in. The carousing chart is really cool because we set up carousing specific to locations, and so it's another opportunity to give people lore information. They can meet characters that are important. Like I said, all the NPCs are created so you can meet an NPC, and it'll be just written right in the carousing chart results, so that you can really, because carousing is such a fun mechanic in Shadowdark, and so to be able to tie that truly into the lore, it really brightens that whole thing. What are you trying to find?
I thought that there was a thing that had a carousing table in here.
Oh, I don't think we had it in there. We've got it since then. So never mind. But it's cool. You can trust us.
Okay.
Right? You can trust us, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think. Yeah, sure, why not? I trust you guys. Yeah. So one of the other stretch goal things I saw was something about a solo mode, like a GM-less solo mode, which is
We've had
an interesting idea.
Yeah, we've had a lot of requests for that actually. They're like, any hope of there being a solo mode? Solo mode. Is there going to be a solo mode? It's like we got bombarded.
Yeah, and so we made it the first stretch goal, and I am not all that familiar with how solo mode works, but it's kind of cool because it's already set up that way. I'm going to be working with a couple of solo experts as we convert, or there's oracle tables I know for solo. Don't ask me exactly how that works yet, and some other elements that we'll be adding in, like I said, with the close direction of those experts. So I think people will be satisfied with that.
Cool. Very cool. I was just talking with somebody else who's coming up with a game specifically for solo mode, but it's for superheroes. And he was saying that like if I made this for any other game, I'd have to pretty much redo it all the way from scratch.
Interesting. No, if those guys were saying that I do not have to do that, that I'll be able to easily convert this over, especially because it's already set up in that, like I said, choose your own adventure sort of way. So
Okay.
it should be really easy to do this. That's what I've been told. So we'll find out how difficult it is, but
Yeah,
I trust.
they're like, no problem. It's
Yeah.
easy.
Yeah.
Don't you worry your pretty little head about it, Zane. We got this covered.
Okay, good.
Right?
Thanks.
That's what
Yeah,
they said.
are you going to help me? Oh, no. Okay. You're talking about that.
Me? You
Yeah.
want me to help?
I don't know.
Good
I
luck
don't know.
with
It's a
that.
good idea.
Good luck with that. I'm a slacker. Blah.
Yeah. You totally look like one.
Right. Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry. I
no,
didn't
that
mean to
tracks.
insult. I didn't mean to insult our interviewer. That's bad.
Ah.
It's bad practice.
It happens. Where were we? What were we talking about? Oh yeah. So where would be the best place? Where would you want to point our viewers and anybody else to go check out this project? We've mentioned it a few times, but it never hurts to just keep saying stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So what we did, we have a domain that points to it to make it nice and easy. So you just type in druskara.com and you go there. And Druskara is DRUSKARA.com. Easy.
That's very easy. I like it.
And then, or you can go over to the Dungeon Damsel channel or website, dungeondamsel.com, and you'll see that. You'll see the dice you can still order. You'll see, yeah, there it is up on the other screen. You'll see the Unnatural Selection PDF, which you can still buy because you can't buy the physical anymore, and links to Druskara. And then you mentioned superheroes, and I wonder if we shouldn't take like 5 minutes to discuss what she's wearing right now. Can you see her shirt?
Super dark.
Yes. So we have announced that we are doing a Shadow Dark version of a superhero rule set. And
really?
Yeah, we're really excited about it. It's going very well. We've been doing some play testing. We've been working on that for about a year. We've been doing some play testing, and I'll sum it up by saying, peace.
No, 2 years.
2 years already? Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So at that time, I don't understand it. It's really cool. The characters are super high powered, like they do tons of damage, but their hit points are low. So glass cannon craziness that happens, like one of the characters that Bunny's been testing can pick up a car or pick up a vending machine and throw it at someone, and she's gonna do 46 to 66 damage to a character that only has 5 hit points. They're just going to be splatted, and she's done that. So it's very fun. And my tagline so far in it is questionable decisions encouraged, because it makes for the craziest and funnest outcomes.
That sounds cool too. So do the superheroes have to carry around like a backpack full of torches and stuff too?
Yeah.
Oh
Well,
my God.
there are powers that give people light powers for sure. But yeah, no, they're going to have flashlights, and they're going to have headlamps, and they're going to have different things like that. And you can use the same thing, right? You can still it's a battery. And so it's going to go out in 60 minutes of real time. So it still completely works.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, not if it's dark. I can't see it if it's dark, but you can.
No, right. No, I do.
So, is there any other little things that we might not have covered that you want to bring up about excuse me, Druskara?
Dorkskara.
No, Druskara.
Dark.
That's a different zine that goes with it.
Yeah.
You're all playing a bunch of dorks sitting around a table rolling dice and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
What do we want? Do we have anything else that we should mention particularly about Druskara?
I feel like we've covered the basics very well. I mean,
Right.
any point after that. Well, we didn't really discuss the core crystals, I suppose, so we can kind of hit on that.
Oh, that's true. We did not discuss those.
Oh, that's
You're
right. You mentioned them a bunch of times, but
Yeah, each of the core crystals, there's 7 of them, and they're called the core crystals because they are core to the world and the survival of the world and to the salvation. No, what's the word I want to use there?
salvation?
Salvation. Yeah, that's it. I was
You were
close.
close. You were
Yeah, it was
so close.
there's an L in there that I missed. Anyway, they're extremely powerful. They're world changing. However, they're extremely dangerous as well. So anytime you're using one, something catastrophic may occur. They have their own mishap tables, and they're very deadly and ridiculous. But ultimately, every time you use a core crystal, you essentially come closer to death, and you can only use them so many times before you turn in. She has the crystal rose in one of the games, and so if you use the crystal rose too much, you turn into a rose bush essentially, and you're done. So I mean, she's already covered in roses growing out of her skin, roses growing out of her hair, because she's been using it. So she's not too far away from becoming a rose bush herself. But that's kind of the fun of it. They're, like I said, extremely powerful, and they all kind of interact with each other in interesting ways. So it's that when you gather more than one, that you can kind of use them to assist your party members as they're trying to use theirs, and there's all kinds of fun dynamics. It's a power dynamic setup, and I really enjoy power dynamic setups. It's the type of puzzle that I really like as a player, and so they say make what you love, and so that's what we're doing. So when players are trying to figure out, okay, how are we going to do this, they're looking at their crystal going, okay, if I do this with this crystal, then this is going to cause this calamity, but if you do that with your crystal, then it might not cause the calamity. So let's see if we can line this all up and be successful. So that's the type of thing I love.
Cool. So because I was like, are these crystals like these massive, like 20-foot tall crystals or something? But it sounds like you can actually carry them around.
Yeah, you carry them around. Yeah.
Okay. It'd be funnier if like one of them was like 20 feet tall.
Well, yeah, there is kind of one like that, but
with like wheels on it or something like that. Push it around.
No, right. That's a great idea. But no, it's we've got one that's kind of inside a giant Titan. So that's cool, So, lots of fun, different things for all those. And they start off in different locations in the world. That's something that you learn right away as the DM. Okay, here's where all the crystals currently are, and which ones are almost available for the players to get to. Almost players available for the players.
Almost. Almost.
That's cool. So if I pledged like a lot of money to this, would I be able to get one of the crystals?
We've actually been asked about that, but no, we
You're
did
not
not.
the first one to ask that.
Yeah, we did not make them.
Yeah.
We didn't mold them at all. I mean, I don't even know who to go to get something like that.
We talked about
wizard or something.
Right. No, we talked about like a little tchotchkes. I don't know how to say that word. Being able to hold the
bling.
Yeah, right. You could actually have one, and maybe that would have been a stretch goal for a much higher number, but it didn't happen this time, at least.
That's going to be for the Druskara zine. That's going to be one of the stretch goals for that.
Yeah, exactly.
The crystal bling. There you go. So, wow. So, let's see. I'm going to ask a couple questions that don't necessarily have anything to do with your game per se, but lets people know some more stuff about you guys. So, what is your favorite type of character to play?
Evil. I mean, what? No, chaotic. Same thing. Whatever.
I would never have guessed that.
It's hard for me to be such a nice person. No, I mean, like, as a character, I am a wiener in real life. But that's why I enjoy playing like the powerful and cocky, like chaotic, like necromancer types. Well, Grave Warden is our class. That's a necromancer.
Mhm.
I do. That was my favorite character I've ever played. Actually, in Shadow Dark was that, or the witch. The one of the I forget. I think that's a curse scroll. Curse scroll 2, 1, 2. One of those. Anyway, love the witch too. But I do like playing them chaotic. They seem like they need that. But yeah, it's the one that be at odds with all of the others, while also still working with the group, right? Like not being so bad that we can't get anything done.
Right.
Heck
Right.
no. Just
Yeah.
having disagreements, but still doing everything. That I had a French. I had the French tiefling, and she was very contradictory because they were everybody was chaotic in the group, but she worshipped Dominus and somebody else worshipped Morthrax. So, they were at odds with one another in that sense. They still did everything together, but they never trusted each other. And guess who ended up surviving? My character. So, not saying I killed him.
Directly.
Not saying I didn't kill him either. Eventually. We got to level 7, I think it was, or 8, one of those.
Yeah, before
We got,
your
we got,
character
pretty, we got
left,
pretty high before we killed each other.
and then your character left, and the party had a TPK.
Yeah, then my party had a TPK. My character, her name is Lalaya Latoum. She will be an NPC. We have to write her in, but she will definitely be an NPC that if certain events are met, she will likely be like the end baddie,
big
possibly.
baddie,
A big end baddie, yeah. Which is kind of fun, so I thought that was pretty fun.
The
Cool.
type of character I like to play are the weird ones that have the funny accents and they say strange things and they have their own little cultural differences from everyone else. So those are my favorites, and she's really good. Like actually, we're playing in 2 games. They're both kind of modern settings. One of them is super dark, and she does a great job doing these kind of extreme voices as well. And I don't know if you've ever seen her YouTube channel, Dungeon Damsel. It every video ends with her doing a song, an a cappella song, and she's an amazing vocalist in both the singing and character voices. So that's really what's fun for me as a DM is I want my players to use a voice. I want my players to really role play. And I always say it this way. I'm the DM, so I'm entertaining you, but dang it, you're going to entertain me as well. And that's what's great. And we're going to have great stories to tell as a result. So even when I do a one-off, I do a thing where I say, you can't get a luck token unless you use a character voice or you really act as your character, even if it might not be the most strategic choice. And that really encourages everybody to go, okay, I've got to dig deep. And if I'm not used to using voices, I've got to find a voice to use. Even if you just kind of talk a little deeper, it doesn't matter. It all works, and it's way more fun for everyone. So that would be my favorite character, is a character rather than just playing yourself.
Yeah, I totally get that. When I'm role playing, I try to use strange and different voices, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
You are already a strange and interesting voice, so you don't even
What?
have to do anything. Yeah.
I was gonna say that too.
Like if I walked up and it's like, "Hi, I'm like a big old barbarian or something." Rawr.
I wouldn't believe you.
But if
Sorry.
I was like, "Sup, I'm a big barbarian and stuff." Rawr.
You sound like a Chad.
I'm a Chad barbarian.
I'm a Chadbarian.
Chadbarian.
That's gonna be a new class in Druskara now.
Hold my beer while I fight this thing.
Your ale.
Hold my ale.
Hold my ale.
Take my ale.
Yeah, that's enough of Chad. So what got you into gaming? Specifically tabletop gaming. Because if I say gaming, that's like a lot of stuff.
Right. Yeah. For me, I was a child in the late
Yeah,
70s,
that's
early 80s,
okay.
and a friend of the family brought over the basic Red Book set and taught myself and a friend how to play it, and we fell in love with it immediately, of course, and just it was like the greatest thing ever. I mean, I can remember just rolling the stats and on a piece of notebook paper, and how just like amazing that was. Just that in concept, it didn't even matter what happened to the character. Just creating a character through random rolls was foundationally exciting. So that's where it started for me. And I started uh, playing the Atari 2600 about the same time. So I was into both of those two angles of gaming, and I ended up going into a career in video game production. So I was a video game
Cool.
producer for 22 years, and then took a break, did the van life, and then with Bunny started co-founded Dungeon Damsel and started doing Shadow Dark books.
Cool. So, cat, Bunny, what got you into? Sorry, I was talking to the cat. But Bunny, what got you into gaming?
Meow. Meow 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 meow. No, I don't even know. I sort of played in 2012, starting at 2012. I was like 23 maybe. I don't even know. I don't remember how old I was. Cuz I'm old now. I'm ancient. And
So old.
don't laugh at me, Zane. um yes, I'm so old.
So old.
Uh but I didn't really take it. I wasn't very serious. I was just playing with like a couple other people. Like it wasn't really like a every week thing or any like it wasn't really, in my opinion, wasn't really playing. But I met a friend, his name is Sam. I met him I think around 2017, and that's when I really started getting into like uh AD&D, D&D hardcore, basic fantasy kind, cuz my first introduction was Pathfinder. And I didn't really play D&D 5e very much until I moved to Mississippi. But yeah, so I really don't know what 100% got me into it. It's just happened. I just happened upon it, happened into it.
Okay. I mean that. That's the way it goes. Sometimes you're just tooling around doing your normal stuff, and next thing you're
Yeah.
like, wait, how did I end up in this D&D campaign? What the heck?
Yeah. Yeah. How did I get
How did
here?
I
And
Pathfinder? How did I
it's
get
funny.
here?
Yeah, how did I get? Oh my gosh. Yeah, it was my first introduction to something because I think what was out at the time was 3.5,
Okay.
and I played that a little bit, but then like 4E came out, so we just kind of went off to doing Pathfinder, and I didn't really have a group of people because I was new to the area in Washington, and I only knew my I don't want to call him partner because he was barely a partner.
Exactly.
My boyfriend at the time, he's the one that introduced me, so I guess he got me into it. But bleh, besides that, besides that horrible thing, but yeah, it wasn't until Shadow Dark though that I really, well, I was really into it, but it was Shadow Dark actually made me, because like when it's 5e, there's so many rules that I feel stupid.
Yeah.
Okay. And it's hard for me to, I don't know the rules. I can't remember the rules. Even if you tell me the rules, I still have no idea what's going on. And but with Shadow Dark, I feel like I don't want to call myself an authority, but I know stuff now. Like I actually can retain the information. I can help teach other people the information, and and I do that on my YouTube. And I really started feeling like I belonged actually with Shadow Dark. So I honestly feel like it wasn't until Zane that I really felt like I knew what was going on, and I really started playing games because we have a game every week now, a couple of games every week, actually, like three.
Multiple, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been a weird rocky start, but now it's like I feel like I'm kind of home now when it comes to Shadow Dark.
Very
Well, I've got a
cool.
kind of a funny story because just happened today. So there's this crew that's out trimming trees outside of our house, and I like to garden, and they had a whole truckload of mulch, and so I ran out there to tell them, "Hey, I'd like some of your mulch if you just drop it off. And the guy was like, hey, that's a really cool shirt. He says, that's cool. What is that? Or, he just said, that's a cool shirt. And I said, oh yeah, we make D&D books. And he just went and he just like blinked twice and he goes, I play D&D. And then I explained it. Well, do you know Shadowdark? And he says, yeah, I know Shadowdark. And I went, oh, okay. Yeah, he said, I play with all these guys. So this whole crew of tree trimmers are all role players, and they wanted I came back in, told Bunny, she said, go give him a card. And so we exchanged information, and it's just like, wow, anybody might play D&D, might play tabletop RPGs. So, you never know where they're going to be.
That's pretty cool. I like that. So now you've got the Tree Trimmers Guild.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'll have them out to trim some trees, and we'll play some games.
Yeah, there you go. I will pay you guys in games, in me GMing a game for you if you trim these trees.
Yeah, I'll train.
That probably won't work, but
hey, you know what? It could be that they find treasure every time they trim trees. Like, oh well, look, you guys got a chest full of 1,000 gold. Look at that! Isn't that interesting?
Interesting. We'll trim trees for treasure.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's all of this has been really cool. I've enjoyed getting to hear some of your stories, your personal stories, and learning all this stuff about Druskara, not Dorkskara. That's something different. Wow. So again, and I'll have all these links and stuff in the show notes for this episode. So one last time, where can folks go? Where should they go to find your find Druskara and to find out more information about Dungeon Damsel?
Right. Druskara is simply druskara.com, Druskara. And then you can go to dungeondamsel.com, or you can go to YouTube and it's at the Dungeon Damsel if you want to see the YouTube channel. And then we'll have a link in the description for the Discord channel server.
Okay. And you said you guys run a game on Discord every Thursday night?
It's actually on the YouTube channel. So it's
okay.
streamed live on the YouTube channel every Thursday night. So
cool.
At the day that this is being recorded, it'll be tonight. But by the time it's broadcast, then
I just realized that happened. Oh my god, I'm sorry. My cat knocked my microphone off. I didn't even realize that. But we do run Super Dark in Discord.
Ooh.
It's not really for it's not for an audience though, but it's there. It exists.
Yeah. Okay.
We're kind of looking for people to play with us, test.
Yeah. So if you want to test with us, then you can join that Discord server. Let us know that you'd like to, and we'll probably find a way to get you in.
Well, that could be interesting. Me playing on a Discord channel game with some folks. I might take you up on that offer. Maybe.
That would be amazing. Toast.
Even if it's just me coming in for like a session or stuff to go like, hey.
That'd be great.
Excuse me. Sup? It's me, the Chad Berry, and
honestly, that's pretty amazing. You should just yes.
Well, again, folks out there, we've been talking with Zane and Bunny, and I think Pickle was down there somewhere. Yeah.
You saw Pickle, you saw Moxie, you saw Charles. I have 6 cats.
Oh my goodness.
So I will know if one is missing, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, keep your grubby mouth off of them.
Sorry, I had to wipe off some drool there for a second. Okay, that's fine. Well, thank you guys thanks both of you and the cats for joining me on the show. I'd wish you luck on your Backerkit, but I mean it's already way up there, so better luck on the last final stretch of it.
Very good, thank you.
Yeah. All right. Bye, guys.
Yay, it was great talking to you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Well, that's the end of the Swarmcast show. If you like it, you know what to do. Hit the like, subscribe, and that bell too. Haha, yeah. That's what to do. Check us out on the Blue Sky. Yeah, on the Facebook too. Haha, yeah. Just rocking out with you. Yeah. What the? I guess that's it now. Mwah.